here we are, locked and loaded, headed to
Big Bend, Texas.
to ride motorcycles and horses for Clay's big 50th.
Good tattoos.
Birthday tattoos. And so we left the house 3:30, got on the road, not too much traffic. Got to the airport, JFK, and huge line at security. And what held us up at security?
His candles.
Of course, I want to bring candles if we meet any people or for gifts. And yeah, they thought those candles were trouble. So flight takes off at 7. I believe it's a 4.5-hour flight. We land in San Antonio, 10:30 their time. Get to pick up a new motorcycle. We get to meet Dan, who's Clay is using his bike. And then we got to try to get out to the desert, try to get out to Big Bend before sunset. It's going to be close. We probably won't make it, but I think the sun sets at 6:52. So we'll be pushing it, but let's see if we make it. If not, we'll have plenty of beautiful stars to see, and we'll wake up to some gorgeous sights.
After Dan picked us up from the airport, we headed straight to Dream Machines to pick up my 2023 Tiger Rally Pro 900. From the very start, working with them, despite the distance, was absolutely seamless. My salesman, Ram, kept in constant communication, making the entire process smooth and stress-free. When I arrived, the whole team had everything dialed in and ready to go. A huge shout out to their incredibly knowledgeable mechanic, Kyle, who took the time to walk me through the bike, making sure I was completely set for the adventure ahead. I can't recommend Dream Machines enough. Whether you're local or halfway across the country, they'll take care of you. And as a bonus, even after my trip, when I dropped off my Tiger, dusty, dirty, and adventure worn, they took it back with no hesitation, inspected it, and are even cleaning it up before shipping it to New York. 5 stars, honestly, aren't enough for this incredible team of true motorcycle enthusiasts.
Basically got to get up to 1604, and I was going to hop on my bike and escort you up to 1604.
Okay. Oh, cool.
And just get you going. But it's all under construction up here because the city's been growing like crazy. But you'll take 1604 all the way outside around the city to get to I-90.
Okay, yeah.
And then it'll be a boop.
Well, we're not even an hour into our trip, and look where we are, at the AutoZone. Yes, we need to get a part to charge the phone on the new Tiger, or it's going to be a long trip. Hopefully Clay finds what we're looking for. And it's already 2:00, and we were trying to get out to Trilinga by sunset, which is 6:52. So that is not going to happen. We'll be riding in the dark, but I think we'll be okay. Trying to work out all the feels of these new to us bikes, and hopefully we'll get it all dialed in and be ready for the real adventure, which starts tomorrow.
Not too many New Yorkers around.
Not too many of us around here.
No.
Yeah, pleasure. Have a great day.
Y'all be safe.
Yes,
We will.
thank you.
There were a lot of little adjustments like this as we worked out the best camera mounts on the bikes, because of course, the first setup is never quite right. The ride from San Antonio to Big Bend on Route 10 stretched over 5 hours, but with the sun sinking low on the horizon, it was absolutely worth it. We hadn't done a ride this long in over 4 months, so there was definitely some reconditioning happening, getting used to the rhythm of the road again. But wow, did it feel good. The mild breeze on my face, the open road ahead, it was pure freedom. Well, until the temperature started dropping, and that mild breeze turned into a chilling reminder that maybe a closed visor wasn't such a bad idea. Well, we made it, sort of. We're only in Alpine, and it's almost 10 o'clock at night.
Nice. It was so cold.
What's the temperature?
It's 47, 46 when we rolled up.
It's freezing, even with the ectothermal's helping a ton. But someone doesn't have an ectothermal. I'm very blessed, but my legs are freezing. We found this cozy little restaurant here in Alpine called what?
Social elevation.
I think it's called Alcove Social.
Yep.
And we sat down, and what happened when we sat down?
Megan's best friend with everyone. The waitress comes running up. Oh, I know you're from somewhere, don't I?
I was like, well, funny, you probably don't, because I'm all the way from, what did you remind you of?
Lisa from
Our
Six
favorite
Feet
show,
Yes.
Mike and Christina, remember? But yeah, she was really nice. I told her she probably didn't know me because I'm all the way from New York, but she's super sweet, and she's hopefully going to bring us some cocktails that will warm us up, because we haven't had any drinks this February, so...
Or any food since.
Or any food since
I don't know what time it was. Noon, I think.
since like the morning, so we're hungry and starving and thirsty, and we're gonna get this party started.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What'd you order, babe?
Winter frost or something like that.
What's in there? How is it? Let's see it.
Buttered bourbon.
What are you eating there, babe?
Smash burger.
How is it?
Really good. Better than my local smash burger.
My grilled cheese is really good too.
Gruyere. Exciting.
Triple grilled cheese. So good. Cheers to birthday.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy 5-0. Birthday boy.
Thank you for planning such a wonderful trip.
After an awesome meal, we made our way to the bar to inquire about the elusive Sotal. And before we knew it, we were swapping stories with just about everyone there, sharing the thrill of our motor adventure. Everyone was so kind and friendly.
It's a Sotal from Martha, local agave distillery.
We were so pumped to jump on the BDR route in Alpine and eager to reach our accommodations that we completely forgot to fuel up. And yep, I ran out of gas. Thankfully, Dan had hooked us up with some extra fuel, just enough to get us to Space Cowboys, right outside of Terlingwood. Crisis averted. Here's your pod. Welcome to the number 8 pod.
Hell 9,000.
Oh, yeah. And our seats for stargazing.
If you've ever wanted to see the Milky Way in all its glory, Big Bend is the place. The park is officially one of the darkest spots in the entire U.S., meaning there's almost zero light pollution. On a clear night, you can see thousands of stars, planets, and even entire galaxies with just the naked eye.
Everything about our stay at Space Cowboys was incredible. The accommodations were not only comfortable and unique, but also spotless, right down to the shared bathrooms and showers, which felt modern and impeccably clean. The quirky alien touches scattered throughout the property had us smiling the whole time, and stargazing from our pod while lounging in vintage airplane seats, absolute perfection. We even caught the sunrise in the morning, and honestly, we felt so relaxed here that we took our time getting ready. Probably why we had such a late start. It almost feels like a perfect second location for Panoramica, the futuristic cafe back on the North Fork that serves our coffee. Right, so we're off to a real late start this morning. I just looked at my notes, and we were supposed to be leaving the coffee shop by 9:30, and we haven't even left this cool Space Cowboys yet. Let's see. So we have 139 miles today, sort of day one for us on the Big Bend BDR-X. Last night we rode in the dark from Alpine here to Terlinga, and now we're gonna jump on the BDR and sort of ride section 2 in reverse. And that's because while we're fresh, we want to hit the challenging dirt on River Road, and towards the end of the day come to the hot spring and Boquilas, I think you say it, crossing, and then have pavement back to Terlinga. So I think that's our best bet today.
Gotta get gas first.
And we had a little bit of a gas situation last night. And yeah, ready to go?
Are you ready to experience adventure?
Let's ride, in the words of our friend Brock Gill. Our adventure's off to a fast start. We haven't even gotten out of the parking lot. And my shifter needs an adjustment.
Go 800 miles.
No, and the BDR-X is right here, work segment 3. It just begins a half mile up the road, and so we really try to cater to all of the bike community. It doesn't matter what you have, but we offer free air, free water, a place to change tires or do whatever you guys want. We got an air compressor and all that. We don't offer the actual labor because we're not certified technicians, and we don't want the liability if something were to go wrong. But if you're a do-it-yourselfer,
Please do it out of the sun.
yeah, out of the sun on concrete with some decent tools. We do ask people don't take the tools, you know, and bike washing station, all that stuff. So
Most people come with their own tools just to have a place,
which is even better,
huge.
You know, so great. But yeah, and
But it's nice to have big tire irons instead of the little ones. You know?
yeah. And
That's
and,
great.
you know, it's like, what a gift. It's right in our front door.
Absolutely.
And so we just thought, there's no real better way to support the community than by supporting the community. So.
And again, if you are in the area, definitely come to the Bella Bean coffee shop. It's run by Billy. He has 2 dogs named Bella and Bean, which is why it's called the Bella Bean. And he totally supports BDR riders. And, you know, he gave us water. We filled our water packs. He has places for you to work on your bike. He's just a really, really great guy. So definitely stop here, get some killer coffee. We had amazing fresh muffins. Yeah, just a great, great pit stop. It's at part of the Far-Flung Outdoor Center. So when you're here, you can kind of stop by. It's there somewhere. All right, time to get on an adventure.
So the terrain in Big Bend, Texas, River Road and Mariscal Mine. Lots of rocks, some smooth dirt sections. Nothing high speed really. Nothing overly technical, but lots of surprises, lots of washes, some of them having deep gravel in the low spots, which can be tricky on a bigger bike or a bike with less aggressive tires. Standing up on the pegs is pretty important through most of this. We found there were some surprise sand sections. I know you're in the desert and there's sand everywhere, but there was some of that super fine silt, or what do they call it? Powdered sugar sand that snuck up on me a couple times. The sand sections weren't too long, but they were pretty challenging. I had a large B&W GS, and even standing on the pegs and getting some momentum going was a lot with the tires that I had on. I had the Mitas EO7 Plus, which are considered 50-50. I would suggest something, those are actually 60-40 road versus dirt. Something more aggressive, like we had a set of Tusk 2 tracks on Megan's 900, and they seemed to handle it much better. The wheel sizes were different, but the aggressive tread pattern seemed to handle front end stability as well as rear traction. I was just spinning the rear tire a lot in that section. So the overall, those sections weren't too difficult, but sand is the worst, and I'm just not very good at riding it. We don't get enough, or I don't get enough practice on it, really. Everything else was eminently manageable and really fun. Like I said, nothing high speed or crazy technical and dangerous, but it was really, really good road. I had a great time riding that. My dusty, like, black teeth on.
Are we on an adventure?
Yep, big one.
We're going on an adventure to Mexico now.
Big Bend adventure. Big.
All right, here we go to Mexico.
On
Taking
delay.
a little hike to go get a rowboat to Mexico.
We're gonna ride burros.
Yeah, we're gonna ride a burro, hopefully. But
Definitely.
we got strict instructions from the border guy that
Uno.
we're only allowed one drink each, and we have the bare minimum amount of time. So as usual, time is a factor, and we're in a rush. If we don't make it back by 4, we're spending the night in Mexico, which would not be ideal. Nice to meet you guys. Cheers. Tonight. Woo!
Woohoo! Eat at Boquilla's restaurant. Hey, thank you.
All right. That was a fun pit stop. What did we just do?
Went to Mexico, rode donkeys, had tamales, enchiladas, and tequila.
And tequila with some new friends,
Bubbles.
and Tammy.
Damn.
And now, time and sun willing, we're off to the hot springs. But Bubbles filled us in that there's a rally going on today, so might be a little crowded. The locals in, how you say it?
Paquito. No.
Baquillos are really nice. And having formerly lived in South America, I really believe in,
taking good care of the locals, especially the ones that are kind, and the animals looked healthy, and those are all good things. So they get tipped nice, and we buy some souvenirs from the kiddos and just do all the things that BDR encourages us to do, and we're so blessed to be part of this community. So yeah, on to the hot springs.
Here we go.
Are you ready for adventure?
That's right.
Clearly, we have a little obsession with broth gill. What are we doing now?
Swimming in the Rio Grande. That's Mexico.
We are.
This is the Maricopa.
And we saw the horses from
Mexico.
riding through the river. It's so beautiful and relaxing. And the best thing to do after a really long, hot, sweaty dirt ride through the sand, through the deep.
A lot of sand.
Ask Clay about the sand.
Dropped it. Shouldn't say that. Maybe I didn't drop it. Just laid it over.
Just, gave it a little rest.
Gave it a little rest.
I don't know. Hot springs, hot sand too. Yeah. It's called hot springs. Yeah. Where am I actually? It's crowded. It's a lot of Moto people here. We're trying to stay in our own little corner to relax and enjoy, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty hot too, actually.
Those are our blue towels in the backyard. So totally ruining the shop. But it's relaxing after a long day in the dirt.
It's nice. Probably 100.
Yeah, it's warm.
It's like our hot tub. It's like
it's warm. It's relaxing, and it doesn't smell too salty.
It's like
it's a really nice hot spring. I'm glad we made the journey.
To get into the never activity. Thanks for
So something I learned the first couple days of this trip was I think I packed accordingly. I didn't bring a lot, nothing that I didn't need. I probably could have gotten by with less t-shirts, but I only brought like 4 t-shirts. So that was pretty spot on. Like I said, I could go a little lighter, and we kind of took things as they came at us, which was nice. We still did, overall the things we had expected to do, but the order was different. The directions that we took, the BDR was different. It's good to stay flexible and not kind of get heads down like when you're on vacation as a kid and your dad's like, well, we got a timetable to keep to. We were mindful of time and didn't really waste time or do anything like that. But being flexible was great and took a lot of stress out of the whole trip, really.
One of the most valuable lessons from this ride, stay flexible. Sticking too rigidly to the planned route can mean missing out on a better ride, whether due to time constraints, which was a big one for us, changing weather, or rough road conditions. Adjusting the plan to fit the moment made for a safer, smoother, and way more enjoyable adventure. If we had gone the way we originally planned, we might not have made it to some of these really fun stops, which were definitely highlights of the trip for us. It was nice meeting you. I'm gonna. I'm sorry because I'm such a weird person. Is it really? Yeah. Megan.